Hi there, this is Timothy, the biblical Timothy and the end time minister. Uh, Today I'm going to discuss a little bit of what gets us to the peace and safety and the prelude before it. Again, it's going to boil down to where we get confrontation, and when you get confrontation, before you get the confrontation, you have to actually pit people against people. So you have to really get their ire and their frustrations and their anger up to really get a confrontation going. Doesn't it sound like the horseman of war in a sense? Yeah, the horseman of war. That's his go. He feeds those negative attributes, and the next thing you know, you got a war going. Now you're seeing it starting to spiral into words right now. The rumors of wars and such as are happening again. Well, this go round, yes, there'll be nukes that'll be launched. I know of 3 American cities that's going to be hit. The hints have already been given. Our president gave all the hints out, and I'm just surprised that a lot of people didn't pick them up. But that's okay. It is what it is. A society that can't take and get the hints in time, so they're going to pay the price. Hey, a lot of lemmings in this world, aren't there? Yeah, the ones that are mindless. Anyhow, these are the cities that are going to get impacted by a nuclear strike in the U.S. I'm only going for the U.S. cities only because of the fact I know things that'll be forthcoming that will destroy the U.S. So anyhow, these 3 cities, and I'll give an analogy for each one of why these are targets. The first one I'm going to give is Honolulu. Honolulu, as you know, is between the west coast of California, Oregon, and Washington, and also, let's say, our next naval base, or I'm sorry, Air Force base after that, is Guam, pretty much. So if you knock out Honolulu, you do a few things. You'll take that mid-range base out, take out that whole city, the island will be gone. You have a longer distance from the west coast to the Guam and Asia. And then on top of it, it finishes what the Japanese didn't finish in World War II. Plus, they had the cry wolf syndrome when somebody decided to hit that panic button earlier this year. Interesting. All these are hints, but people don't pick up on hints. Oh no, they're too infatuated by the moment. And when you're infatuated by the moment, your eyes aren't open. The second city that'll be a good primary target is the city of Houston. Of course, the city of Houston contains, NASA, team of the Rockets, Rocket City. Also, oil refineries. A lot of the oil petroleum is produced from that region, and it's an I-10 south corridor between California to Florida. Now, think about it. If Houston being a target, those things hit. Notice how President Trump kept befuddling Kim Jong-un as Rocket Man, basically giving us the second hint. Interesting enough, you knock out that city, it devastates a lot. Your gas prices are going to shoot up out of the roof. A lot of industries go down, and of course that's going to be like it's going to bring us, to our knees. Yes, it will. The third city was the harder one to figure out, but not so much. Now, the day that, and before the summit that Trump had with Kim Jong-un, he received a letter, I think, from one of their dignitaries that came over, a large letter, typically larger than most that I've ever held, to be honest with you. And this letter, as he was holding it, and somebody mentioned on Twitter, and I picked up on it, addressed that he was holding it and using the sign language cue. I said, very interesting, a sign language cue. Sure enough, it was. So I go a little deeper. Okay, the first thing I'm going to think of, and I had a hint. I said, when you go for a kill, you go for the heart. So the next target aspect is to be Heartless City. That would be the third H of this equation. Remember, Nuclear can also be 3H. That is a chemical code for the boundaries of a nuclear explosion. Now, with the third H, okay, so I said, okay. So now we got a sign language Q, and Q is the 17th letter. And I suspected city. I didn't see anything based on the 17th, the number 17. But, however, I did find something with the sign language Q. In this city alone, they have a park called Queenie Park. And when you use aerial maps and zoom in, this park has actually a sign language Q embedded in the land itself. Kid you not? And since that letter that Trump received has not been opened, it wouldn't surprise me if it's all the coordinates of these three cities saying, hey, this is where we're going to strike, have fun, you know. But yeah, this is my third city, and I expect this to be fairly soon. Because again, Trump likes to make enemies, and he's gonna peeve one off just enough, and stuff's gonna happen, you know. But hey, that's what it is. Americans voted him in. Hey, Americans gonna get killed. Just simple enough. This event with these three C's getting knocked out, yeah, you probably look at about 10 to 13 million. I'm just estimating. Maybe it's kind of a little high, but you know, those bombs probably have about a 40, 50 mile range of destruction. You know, so you know, just add fuel to the fire. You add up a lot of people in those areas, bam, it's a done deal. But yes, an event like this will bring us into a war, and of course, the other superpowers that are left, even though we get knocked on our knees, don't want this to escalate into their territories or anything else. They're going to put a hold and stop on it. This is going to lead to the peace and safety. And again, you know what peace and safety stands for. It's part of Thessalonians, our first book in chapter 5, verse 3. And once they declare peace and safety, and they all party and have a good time about it, well, that's when sudden destruction hits. So I'm just preparing you guys and ladies to know it's forthcoming. And hey, I'm on my toes. I'm ready. I got things to do afterwards, so and those things are going to be done. So just letting you know, best go ahead and do the right thing now. And when your time's called, you'll know. All right, you have a good day, and God bless your soul, and have a wonderful time.